Nature walks are a fun and easy way to spend time with your kids outside. You can look for plants and animals and talk about what you see. Here's a nature walk that I took recently. Today I'm taking a nature walk through a city park that's near my home. And right here at the beginning of the trail, I found a plant that has some seed pods on it. And they look a little fuzzy. I'm not going to touch them just in case they're spiky, because some plants can be poisonous. This one probably isn't, but I'm not going to take a chance with it. But since it is fall, we're seeing a lot of seeds and seed pods on plants, and they will disperse those seeds, and then they'll be ready to grow some new plants next year. Right next to it, this is a fun plant. It is called saw palmetto. And on the stem, it has these little spikes on the side that feel like the blade of a saw. So that's how it gets its name. This environment is really sandy. You can see the ground is sandy. And looks like there is a large ant crawling on the ground over here. So this is called a velvet ant. There they go. And they can sting. So watch out when you see animals when you're doing nature walks, because some of them can sting or bite. Over here is one of my favorite trees. It's called a sand pine, and it has these shorter needles than most of the pines around me, and they feel really delicate and they look really pretty. And I have heard that people used to cut these down to use as Christmas trees in the past, although I haven't found any evidence for that yet. But today there are commercially grown sand pines that can be used as Christmas trees. It looks like this habitat is pretty dominated by sand pines and oak trees. Oaks are interesting because where I'm from up north, they have large leaves and they have lobes on them, so they have different edging on the sides, but here they are small and oval generally, and they are oaks though, and we can tell because they have acorns on them. When you're going on nature walks, just take your time and look for anything that is interesting, and look closely because you might see different types of animals like I did with the harvester ant. Over here is a vine growing. This one's called Smilax, and deer like to eat this one. It also has little thorns on it, and I've heard that it grows really well, so if people get it in their gardens and they don't want it, it's hard to remove it. But that doesn't mean that it's invasive. Invasive means it's a plant growing that shouldn't be there, that was brought there by humans from a different area. But this would just be an aggressive plant because it grows really well. There aren't too many flowers out in this area, but here are some still blooming. Pretty pink and white flowers. And here's some more growing up even taller. It's really neat to see tall flowers because, especially as kids, I think we think of flowers as growing close to the ground. So it's really interesting to see them when they're even taller than we are. This vine isn't too green right now, but this is a grapevine. Florida has muscadine grapes that grow in the wild, and they have a thicker skin than the grapes that we buy in the store usually. And they also have large seeds inside, but I've heard they're pretty good. I never hardly ever see the grapes on the vines. I guess the animals get to them first. Do you want to make science fun, get your kids outside, and spend a lot less time planning lessons? Go to ei4k.com/free. That's ei4k.com/free.